Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday and happy November. We have a HeXVro puzzle. There we go. There's my mouse. I thought suddenly I didn't have a mouse, and I was a little concerned. So, if you've not seen HeXVro before, we need to make it so that digits from 1 to 9 go into the grid into each cell, and those digits don't repeat within rows. And then these other things that are kind of like rows but aren't, the sort of slanty line this way and slanty line that way. And the sum is the sums are given, or sums are equal to the numbers we're given. So these sum to 38. Note, by the way, the repetition rule gets blocked by these for line of sight. So like that digit could be the same as that digit, and that's okay. Additionally, in this puzzle, we have some V's and X's, and indeed we have all the X's and V's with the note that some X's and V's have a question mark. So there's a negative constraint. Suddenly there's, ooh, Plonk Time has donated, and we get the penguin dance. I actually saw the penguin dance. Thank you, Plonk Time. Thank you. Let's get you a donation dance. Boop, 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 ba doop, ba doop, boop, boop. Woohoo! Boop, boop, ba doop, boop, boop, ba doop. Woohoo! Boop, doop, ba doop, boop, doop, doop. Woohoo! Boop, boop, doop, ba doop, boop, ba doop, boop, doop, boop, boop, doop, boop. Wah-ha! Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Plonk Time. And yeah, the question mark there is cool. I've not seen that. I like that for negative constraints. You could play that with either crop key or whatever. If you're setting a puzzle with a negative constraint where there's some annoying clue that you really don't want to be there, but you're stuck. Okay, so I guess first things first, I know that these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are from 1, 2, 3, 4. And I actually know if I want to do surface coloring over here, I know that these are different kinds of 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think there's any single cell that sees every yellow and every pink cell annoyingly. I guess I do know that this isn't 1 because it needs to sum to 11 with something. So that means that's not 4. Yeah, I see that David also spotted that. I was hoping I could figure out whether this X had a pink low digit or a yellow low digit, but I don't think that I can. And I don't think it's immediately obvious to me what this is either. This is 9, 8, or 7, just for the record. Oh, I guess these two, actually, that 22 is interesting because these two sum to a maximum of 7. So I need these to sum to a minimum of 15. So these are certainly from 6, 7, 8, 9. And these sum to a maximum of 17. Okay, so here's the question. Can there be no 6 in here, or can there be a 6 in here? Let's do the math both ways. So if there's no 6 in here, these sum to 24. Plus those sum to 5. That would be 29 plus that digit. So that digit would have to be a 4 if there's no 6 in here. If there is a 6, then suddenly there's a ton of flexibility, and that's annoying. Oh, right. They can't actually sum to 17 because if they did sum to 17, it would make these two sum to 5. Okay, so if there's no 6 in here, then we know that that's a 4. But I think that's all we know. I guess you're saying these two sum to a minimum of 6 is what Chef of Death is saying, because we said these two sum to a maximum of 16, so these sum to a minimum of 6. So that one actually can't be 1. There we go. And so therefore this is 2, 3. But still, even for minimum of 6, I can't make this 1 or 2 or 3. So in fact, this is a 4. And we get our first digit, and we can bring out Zach for the all-patented 4 dance. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. And now I think that might reverse to give us the thing that we think, or the thing that we did before, because now we know that all of these sum to 33. So all of these sum to 29. So these sum to 24. So they are, in fact, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which is nice. This number, oh no, not quite. I was going to say this number is at least 4, but that's not true. It doesn't see all of those yet. Let's see. These sum to 17, which seems unexciting. These sum to 11 along this 25. So these 3 sum to 14. That also doesn't feel exciting. Oh, one of these is definitely a 9 though, right? Oh, maybe not. Sorry. If this sums to 15, if those are 7, 8, then I need that to be a 3. Oh, one of them's definitely a 7 is actually what I know, but that also follows just from the sum to 11. So yeah, so there's a 7 or an 8, and that's going to dictate whether that's a 2 or a 3. So I know that digit's not a 7. Oh, this is a 14 sum I have not yet seen before, which is a little bit interesting. So if that was a 9, these two would have to sum to 5. Is that possible? Could these either both be yellow or both be pink? I don't think I see a reason why that can't be the case. Well, I might as well fill in that I know sort of... Oh, right, the negative constraint. I should remember the negative constraint. Right, so this can't be the 7. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, so this digit is definitely next to a 3, so that's not a 7, which means that is a 7. And now this digit's definitely next to a 2, so it's not an 8, it's a 9, which makes that an 8, which makes that a 3 and a 2. So we've got all of that. Okay, so this digit, what can it actually be? It can't be 1, 2, 8, or 9. So, and this x can't be 3. Okay, so yeah, I just need to actually write this in. So, okay, so this can't be 1, 2. It can't be 3 because of the negative constraint. 4... can't be because of the negative constraint. 5, it can't be because it's on an X. I think it can be 6. 7, it can't be because it would put a 3 in a row with a 3. 8, it can't be because of the negative constraint. And 9, it can't be because of the negative constraint. So this is just a 6 and a 4. Is what we conclude out of this. Oh, and... no, yeah, these 3 cells add to 14, David is pointing out, so that's a 3. Yeah, that is the, like, weird thing about HeXVro is you get this sort of, like, extra dimension of Sudoku, or I guess it kind of replaces the dimension of boxes, but it means that you get all these very weird triples seeing things that take a while to scan, and that I don't at all claim that I actually understand how to scan. Let's see. Okay, so I still keep trying to make this make sense. Yeah, that combined with the negative constraint is crazy, as you say. Try your fold-in, HeXVro. What is a fold-in puzzle? I don't even think I know what a fold-in puzzle is. Okay, so these sum to 17. Oh, this is a naked cell. This cell is naked. It's not 1. It's not 2. It's not 3. It's not 4. Could be 5, but it's not 6. It's not 7. It's not 8, and it's not 9. Yeah, you're right. This is a naked single 5. That is a very, very good point. Oh yeah, that's right. I did see at some point that I should fill in that this is 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's not 6, so that's not 9. Just based on that. Let's see. These sum to 11, so these three sum to 14. I think I've said that a million times. So I guess this could be a 5, and otherwise it's a 2, 3, 7, 8 kind of business. I guess there's a number I know this can't be, because I can't make these add to 5 or 10. So this number here, I guess, can't be 4 or 9, is I think what this would be. Because if this, so what can this number be? I think it's worth writing it in. So it's not 1. I think it could be 2. It can't be 3 because of the negative constraint. Can't be 4. I think it could be 5. Can't be 6. Can't be 7, 8, and it could maybe be 9. But then I think actually one of those doesn't really work because I need these two to not add to 10 or 5. And if this was a 9, those would add to 20, which would make those add to 5. So that's not a 9, in fact. So this digit's only 2 or 5. So these two either add to 12 or 9. Yeah, and there's even, like, you could even think about, like, if this is a 5, then these have to be 2, 7. If this is a 2, then that's 6, 12, 13. These two have to add to 12. They couldn't be 5, 7, so they'd have to be 4, 8, or 3, 9. Which would both go in a specific order. I don't think I really want to pencil mark those options, though. That sounds a little bit unpleasant. The number to the right of the 4 is known. Okay, let's see. So this is not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, not 5, not 6. So it looks to me, not 7 and not 9. So yeah, this is a known 8. That is a good spot there to ELSF. And that's a very nice spot because it actually makes that a 5. Which then comes down and says, okay, so now I really do need to make these two add to 9. So they have to be 2, 7, right, is what we decided. And I don't think we know the order of the 2, 7, unless I am missing something. I feel like this X and this V are kind of trying to tell me something, because, like, they both see lots of things, especially this side, I guess. If I just sort of, like, write in the options for this could be 1, 2, not 3, 4, not 5, and it could be 6, 7. Which means that this is, well, this can't be 2 because it would make that 8, actually. So this is either a 1 with a 9 there, or a 6 or 7 with a 3 or a 4 here, just by nature of how these things work. Of course, if this is a 3, then this is a 1, 4. For example. Todd spotted the 8. Well, good job, Todd. Let's see. Okay, this is 6. Oh, right. I could fill in that this is now 3, 4, or 5 down here. Yeah, the 27 there doesn't look that helpful. I mean, this number here is at least 6 just by sudoku and the negative constraint, and it's not... Sorry, it could be a 7, but it's not an 8, and it's not a 9. So this digit's only a 6 or a 7. What about this digit? I think this one can be 1. It can't be 2 because it definitely sees a 2. It can't be 3 because it definitely sees a 7. It can't be 4 Can't be 5. I think it can be 6. Can't be 7 because it sees 1. Can't be 8 because it sees 1, and I think it could be 9. So this cell's actually only 1, 6, or 9 for what it is worth. Oh, interesting. Yeah, the Emily has noticed this 29 clue. And so if this is a 1, then these two only sum to at most 4. So I'd need these 3 to sum to at least 25, which doesn't work. Yeah, that is a very good spot because I can't make these 1, 4, remember. So if this is a 1, these sum to a maximum of 4, which makes me need to make 3 cells sum to 25, which is 1 too much. Good spot to Emily. So that's not a 1 and that's not a 9. So that is a 6, 7. Okay. Feels like that could do something, maybe, possibly. But now sort of this has a lot of freedom left in it. I mean, nothing in this row is 3, 4 because we've got a virtual 3, 4 pair, if you're excited by that. I don't know that I can honestly say I'm excited by that. Yeah, so like this cell can be 1. It can't be 2 because of the 8. It can't be 3 or 4 because of the virtual pair. It can't be 5 there. I think it could be 6, but it can't be 7 or 8, and I think it could be 9. So that's like a second 1, 6, 9 cell along this diagonal. See, Todd says the top 2, 7 is not a 7 because there's no X on the 21 sum. Right. Very good. Yes, smart. Yeah. So if this was a 7, that would make these two sum to 11, and therefore these would sum to 10, and I can't do that. Very smart to Todd there. So that's 2. That's 7. So now these two add to 15. So that's certainly not a 1, and this is therefore another 6, 9. Which if I'm willing to write in these 2 digits, like this one, this is not a 1, 2, 3. It's not a 4 because it's next to a 6. I think this could be a 5. It's not a 6, of course. I think it could be a 7 or an 8. But it's, again, not a 9 because it definitely sees a 9. This is maybe a little less restricted. This can't be a 1. Oh, there's a 7 in the row. I didn't even scan for that. This can't be a 1. I think it could be a 2, but it can't be a 3 because it's next to a 7. It can't be a 4 because it's next to a 6. Could be a 5. Can't be a 6, of course. Can't be a 7 because of that 7. Could be an 8 and can't be a 9. It sees a 5 and an 8, though. So yeah, so this digit actually, like, once I write this in, this digit's actually a naked single. So this is actually just a 2. Oops. Sorry, it's just a 2. Which removes 8 from both of these, making this be 6, 9, because we need them to add to 15. So that makes that a 9 and that a 6, which makes that a 7. Now this is a 1, owing to the 6 and 9 here, which makes this a 2, 3, which makes this a 4 and a 6. Yeah, someday Sudoku Pad will support hex grids, and it will be marvelous. Yeah, so now that... Uh-oh. How did I screw this up? That can't be right. I somehow screwed this up. Because that can't be... Oh, sorry. 4 plus 3 isn't 10. That's the real problem. I don't know why I thought 4 plus 3 was 10, but I was very committed to it there for a minute. This is actually 4, 6. Okay, what's left in this row that could possibly be here? So in this row, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need a 6 and a 9 to go into this row. I think they... oh, no, they can't go in any order because that one can't be a 6 because it's next to a 4. So that's a 9 and that's a 6. Let's see. Does any of that matter? Let's see, the 20... Oh, this can't be a 4. Oh, in fact, actually, this is... I was going to say this can't be a 4 because of the negative constraint, but this literally is a sum to 12, which I realize now people are talking about a sum to 12, but I didn't... I thought somehow it was a typo involving a negative constraint, but it was, in fact, actually looking at the grid and reading the clues, which is something I sometimes struggle with. Let's see. So this 34 is missing 3 digits that sum to 11. I don't really want to think about that. This row is, let's see, this row does have all 4 digits. So I'm going to actually write in this quad, and then we're going to strip down all the digits it can't be, and then you're going to tell me the 3 digits that I forget to eliminate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I know this one's not a 2 because it sees that. This one's not a 1 and it's not a 2 because of the negative constraint. This one's not a 2 because it's next to a 2, 3 for sure. So in fact, that one is the 2. We can definitely place. This one can't be a 7 because it's definitely next to a 3. Is there no other? I will note that if this is a V, it's 1, 4. I don't know if that's interesting. It's probably not interesting. But it could be. Oh, we can probably resolve the 27 sum. That's fair. 15, 18. So I need these two to add to 9. So this one needs to be either a 1 or a 4. The yellow 1, 4 can't see that because it can't see it through the black cell. Yeah, I don't see how to resolve this if it's resolved yet. Okay. Do I want to write in what this is? No, definitely not. This over here is funny. So people are saying this cell can't be 1. So like, let's write in this now that we have that. So yeah, so one of these is 1. So this can't be 1 or 4 is what people are using. And so this, in fact, can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is at least 5. It can't be 6. It could plausibly be 7. Oh, and it can't be 5 either, actually, because of the question mark. So, in fact, this is at least a 7, and it could be an 8, and it can't be a 9. So this cell is, in fact, always a 2 or a 3, actually. Bizarrely enough. Okay. How many digits is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is missing 2 digits that sum to 7. I was hoping it was missing just a 7. Setting this must have been a nightmare. Hey, Playmaker, how are you doing? Yeah, here we're missing 3 digits that add to 11 that don't include a 3, but I don't really want to think about that. Let's see. Should I just be pencil marking something? And if so, what? Ooh, solving some good U-bonds from Agent. Agent U-bonds are very nice. In fact, all Agent puzzles, in my experience, are very nice. Yeah, I don't know really anything about this. Is this 29 suddenly interesting? These 3 sum to at least 20. No, I don't think so. It could be like 5, 7, 8, or it could have a 9 in it, and then it could be like anything in the universe. This doesn't really see anything, I don't think. Ah, that's a good point. I had not thought about the fact that you could just add blocking clues to resolve it when things broke. I was missing that. That is a nice property that this would have. Yeah, I hadn't thought of like, oh yeah, if this breaks, just throw a black cell there and then they won't see each other and it won't break anymore. Which is, I guess, like similar to why Japanese sums are so easy to set. The LMD style Japanese sums, not the Panthera style Japanese sums, to be clear. Let's see. So, is there a random naked single that I have not noticed? Is always a good question. Like, the cell looks like it could be a 1. Oh, this digit? Okay, let's see. This digit, MK points out. So it's not a 1 because it's next to a 1, 4. It looks to me like it could be a 2 or a 3. It can't be a 4 because it's next to a 1, 4. It can't be a 5 by the whatever you want to call this, the left slanty column. Can't be a 6 or a 7 or an 8 or a 9. Okay, so this is always a 2 or a 3. Weirdly enough. Very strange. But now there's a 2-3 pair in this 38 clue. So the 2 digits I'm missing are 1 and 6, is what MK Wilson is saying. That's crazy. Okay, yeah. So that's not a 1, so that is a 1. Or whatever that is worth. This is everything but 1 and 6. I don't know if I really want to fill in everything but 1 and 6, but here we go. So everything but 1 and 6 does not include 1. We've already got the 2-3 pair. We still need a 4 and a 5. No 6. We still need a 7, an 8, and a 9. Let's see. Okay, so this one we know isn't 7 because it touches that. It's not 5 because it sees a 5 up here. That might be it. This one's not 5 or 8 because of the 5 and 8 up there. This one's not 7 because it sees a 7 in the row. And it's not 4 because it's next to a 1, 4. This one sees a 9, sees a 7. Sure does. So yeah, the 9's up here somewhere. One of these, no, not one of those two is not necessarily the 5. Let's see, one of these two is the 7, I guess, is the the best I'm willing to say about that. Let's see. That felt very slick. The 1-6 being missing, sort of placing this 1, feels like that was definitely the intended thing for me to spot. These might be incredibly restricted. Maybe I should do them one at a time. I guess I do need to place a 1 in this row somewhere, for example. Let's see. Do I want to try doing that? I don't know. Okay, so like this digit, if I look at it, it can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Like all digits, it can be 5, but it can't be 6. It looks to me like it could be 7 or 8. Can't be 9. Just looking at the negative constraint, but I might well miss something. Isn't 2 already in this row? Unless you mean a different row. Though I will admit I also tried to place 2 in this row in my head. Let's see. If we just continue this digit can be 1. It can't be 2, 3. I think annoyingly it can be 4. It certainly can't be 5 or 6. It can't be 7 or 8. I think it can be 9. Let's see, we probably just have to mark this whole row. Okay, so this, I think, again, can be 1. It can't be 2, 3. Can't be 4. Could again be 5, but not 6. I think this one's going to be 7, but this one can't be 8 or 9. So this one's 1, 5, or 7. And then this is, I think, pretty fair game. It can still be 1. Can't be 2, 3, 4. Could be 5. Can't be 6. Could be 7, but can't be 8. And could be 9. Oh, the 29, I see. When I first read that, MK, funnily enough, I read that as it can't be 1 because of the 2, 9, and I thought you were talking about this 2 and this 9, and I was trying to figure out what on earth crazy mechanism would allow that 2 and that 9 to affect this Sudoku-wise, but yeah, you're right. We should probably think about the, I certainly can't put a 1 here, I think, so that would make those add to 10. I would need these 2 to add to 19. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so there's another cell that has been pencil marked 5 or 7, and now that's a 5, 7, 8 triple in the row, so that's not 5 or 7. That's not an 8. Yeah, so one of these 2 is now 4 for the row, so that's not 4 because of that. Let's see. Oh, right. One of those 2 is 4, so Nicholas points out the other point is that if one of these is 4, the other one isn't 1, and so therefore that's the 1, which is a very good point. Now that 4, 9 makes that a 7, which then makes that a 5 and a 7. That 5 knocks 5 out of a few of these places. one of those two is 5. I thought that was going to collapse everything, but it seems, unless I've missed something, seems not to have immediately collapsed things at least. Okay, let's see. We could start pencil marking again. 8 on the diagonal. Ah, right. Very good. Yeah. DWeb is saying one of these two cells is an 8 in this column, and therefore this is not a 2, which I agree with. So that Penpa. So this is a 3, making that a 2 and a 3. Maybe doesn't immediately resolve everything. And hey, DWeb. Fun fact, I one time tried to get my students to do something using Penpa, and they all hated it so much they revolted, which amused me greatly. Okay, well, there's only a few possibilities for what this X could be, I suppose. So it's either 2, 8, or 3, 7, or 4, 6. But it's not 3, 7, because it sees 3, 7 in the row. This isn't 2, so that's not 8. This isn't 6, so that's not 4. So yeah, there's only actually 2 possibilities for how this X could resolve itself. I mean, I use Penpa all the time. I don't like Penpa for solving at all, but I like Penpa for setting. But they did not enjoy Penpa for setting. Yeah, so yeah, probably like one of these if I'm willing to randomly pencil mark it. Probably one of them is a naked single, but I don't know. I might be wanting to think about this sum to 20 now. So this sum to 20 could be 5, 7, 8. Can it be anything other than 5, 7, 8? It could be a 9. Somehow I think it could be a 9 with a 4, 7, but that doesn't sound like that could possibly be right. No, 9 with 4, 7 works, yeah. So I think, yeah, 4, 7, 9, and 5, 7, 8 are probably the other options. Oh, right. Okay, so yeah, so if there's a 9 in this, I see the point that Chad is making. If there's a 9 in this sum, then it has to go there, and then I need to make these two add to 11, which would need to be either 5 and 6, but that doesn't work, or 7 and 4, but that doesn't work because of the negative constraint. So there's no 9 in it, which means it is 5, 7, 8. That one's not 7. So we've got a 5, 7, 8 triple here and a 5, 7, 8 triple here, oddly enough. Row 7, column 4. Let's see. Let's actually just mark all of these while we're at it. Okay, so these could be 1, 2, not 3, 4, not 5, 6, 7, but not 8 or 9. But this one can't be 2 because it's next to a 3. So this one can only be 1, 4, or... Oh, it can't be 7 because it's next to a 3 either. And so now that this is only 1 or 4, this can't be 4 because 4s don't go next to 1 4s. So that makes that 8, makes that 9, makes that 4, makes that 9. And this can't be 1 or 4 because it's next to a 1 or a 4. So this is only a 2 or a 7 for what that is worth. Which might well be nothing. I don't know. That 8 sees this 6 over here, so that's a 6 and that's a 4. That 8 sees that cell, which makes that a 5 and that a 4. Thank you, Laura. That 4 sees that 1. This is not a 1 or a 4. These are a 2, 7 pair. Let's write in the rest of this row. We still need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an 8 and a 9, which is quite restricted. This one's not a 1 or a 9 because it sees both, and it's not a 2 because of the 3. So this is a naked 8, which removes 8 from the rest of these. It also removes 2 from this cell, but now this is a 1, 9, so that can't be a 1, 9. So that, in fact, is the 2. And now this can't be a 1 because it's next to a 4. So, in fact, that's a 9 and a 1. Okay, that worked well. Okay, what about this row? We'll just continue filling in rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and I know that this isn't a 4, that's not a 4, and that's not a 4. Because those are all next to things 4 can't go next to. So, therefore, that's the 4. There needs to be one because this is a 9-cell row. Let's see, this can't be a 3 because it's next to a 2. My number pad does not have a C or a Z. Don't put 5 between the 6 and the 4 or otherwise. Yeah. Okay, right. DWeb is saying I need a 5 to break up this pair because if I don't put a 5 in here, it doesn't work. Or sorry, if I don't put a 5 in here, they are a 3, 7. So that's not a 5. So yeah, so that's a 3, 7. So this digit's not a 3 or a 7 for what it's worth. I don't think it's worth marking. It might be. We're certainly now at a point where this column is worth marking. Because we've now got the 1, the 2. We need a 3. Got the 4. We need a 5. We've got the 6 and the 7. And we need an 8 and a 9. This can't be a 3 because it's next to a 7. This can't be an 8 or a 9 because it's next to a 1 and a 2. This can't be a 3 because it's next to a 3, 7. This can't be a 5 because it's on an X or a V. So this digit's always a 1 or a 2 or a 7, I suppose. Oh, right. This one can't be 3 because it would make a V. So this one is a 5. Thank you, Laura. So that's not a 5. That's not a 5. It's a 2, 3, 7 triple on this diagonal. Makes that an 8 and a 7, which makes that a 3 and a 5. So that's an 8 and a 7 running down there. This is no longer an 8. So one of these two is now an 8. Oh, in fact, this seems to just be a 9. So no 9 down here. Oh, and now that is an 8 and a 3, which makes this a 2 or a 7. But I don't know which just yet. Okay, these cells are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is not a 1 or a 2 or a 4 by just those sorts of things. This is not a 2 or a 5. Oh, it's not a 4 by that diagonal. It's not a 1 by that diagonal, actually. So that's a 6 and that's a 5. This cell is not 1, 2. In fact, actually, let me do this diagonal both at the same time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, sorry, no, we've got the 9. 3, 5. It's not a 7 because it's sitting next to a 7. I don't see a problem with 3, 5 right away. This one's not a 3 because 3 can't go next to 2 or 7. So this is a 5 or a 7. So we've got that arrangement. Right. That can only be a 5, right? Because it's next to a 7. So that's a 5, that's a 7, that's a 2. That 7 looks over, makes that a 2 and a 7, which makes that a 5. Let's see, this... Do I want to fill in this row? Maybe. So this row still needs a 1, or sorry, still could have a 1. We've got a 2. We need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, but this one can't be 1 or 3 or 4. This one can't be 3 or 5. This one can't be 5 or 6 or 4 or 1. This one can't be 3 or 4 or 1. Oh, and it can't be 6 either because of the 4 there. So this one's 5 or 9. Oh, this one can't be 9 because it's next to a 1, actually. So that one's only 5 or 6. This one can't be 9 because there's a 9 up there. Trying to do my sudoku just a little bit more carefully. Just a little bit. Okay. So I guess the only thing left to do is to center mark these rows and hope. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this digit certainly can't be a 2 or a 4 or a 6. Might be it. This one can't be a 1 or an 8. That might be it. These two can't be... Oops, sorry. They already couldn't be 3, so I added a number instead of taking it away. That one, though, can't be 2. Let's see. Let's look up this giant diagonal. It can't be 2. Oh, that 5 actually sees that that's a 6, by the way. So that's helpful to know. So that's not 6, and neither of these are 6, actually. But this one also isn't 1. Just looking up, it's not 5 or 8. So this is only 4 or 9. Oh, and up this diagonal, it's not 4. So it is, in fact, a 9. And that 3 actually sees that cell along that diagonal, which makes that a 3 over there. This digit is no longer able to be 9. It's not 8 either by that diagonal. It's not 1 by this diagonal, or 4, or 6. It's only 2 or 5. Let's see. This one's not 9, and that one's not 9 either. This one can't be 4 because it's next to a 6 now, so those are a 2, 5 pair. So that's definitely not a 5. It's a 1 or an 8. And so we've just got to do the math down here to figure out which one it is. So those add to 14, 23, 26. So I need 8 more. So this is an 8 by the 34 clue, which makes that the 5 and the 2, which makes that the 9 and the 5. And let's see, this is now a 4, and there we go. Nice puzzle. Yeah, the negative constraints like this always mean that you've got to sort of like more aggressively center mark things than I usually let myself do. But that was a very nice puzzle, and it's very, very amazing. Like there's the like random hidden singles that pop up in hexagonal sudoku are kind of amazing. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in just a moment for another puzzle. So see everyone shortly. All right, welcome back, everyone. Next up, we have a James Sinclair Renbon variant. So here we have our friends, the Renbon, which contain a series of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order. We have our black dots, which means something has a ratio of 2 to 1. But then also we have this bit about that cages that go through cages that go through a Renbon also have consecutive sums. So it's both a regular Renbon and one of those. So I guess this is a write-in 9. Because if you look at it, this Renbon has 5 cells on it that all have, 4 cages on it that all have 4 digits in them. But a 4-cell killer cage can't sum to less than 10. And so this digit must be a 9. And so we can bring out Zach for the 9 dance. Boop boop ba-doop. Woo! Boop boop ba-doop. Wah! Boop boop ba-doop. Wee! Ba-doop boo-doop. Ba-doop boo-doop. Boo-doop. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. So that means that these sum to 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So the largest, I guess you can put everything but 9 in them. But then I do know that these cells are actually, if you look at it, these are 9, 87654. I think I miscounted before, but it still works. And so, yeah, so what Chad is pointing out is that now actually I just need the other digits to be 1, 2, 3, because you first find the 10 cage and throw a 1, 2, 3 in there with a 4, but now you need an 11 cage, and now you've got to throw a 1, 2, 3 in with a 5, and so on. So yeah, I agree. All of these digits, they're all 1, 2, 3. And we'll mark those as blue, which actually tells me that this is a 4-8 black dot, which makes that feel very intentional. So this cage sums to 12, so I need these to sum to like 11-ish kinds of things. Let's see. Yeah, that's a great spot. Let's take... I think this probably doesn't look... Actually, let's mark... Sorry, I've changed my mind. I'm marking those in yellow, and I'm marking cells that definitely aren't 1, 2, 3 in this. And so, for example, I've got all my 1, 2, 3s in that row. I've got all my 1, 2, 3s in that column, and this row, and this box, this box, this box. These definitely aren't 1, 2, 3. In fact, the row, these aren't 1, 2, 3 either. This column. Okay, so it's interesting that there are 3 1, 2, 3s in this little conflagration. That is very interesting to me. Also, there's a 1, 2, 3 on this Renbon is maybe the easiest thing for me to immediately do, because these two 1, 2, 3s have to go in this box. At least one of them is in one of these two cells. And it doesn't matter which one it is, because if there's a 3 on this Renbon, the highest it can possibly get is 5. So that's the 4 and that's the 8. Also, for what it is worth, if you look at it, the 3 that's on here, so these can go from 2, 3, 4, 5 is what these digits can possibly be, just based on the Renboniness. It does mean that one of these two is definitely a 3. Does it? Sorry, maybe it doesn't mean that one of those is definitely a 3, but I do know that these are from 2, 3, 5. Now, these numbers have to be fairly large, right? Because even if this is a 5, I still have to get to at least 10. So these numbers are both from 6, 7, 8, 9. For what it is worth. This digit's not a 4 anymore. Good to know. Yeah, we probably will end up subcoloring the 1, 2, 3s. Yeah, we certainly know one of these two is a 3. I wasn't bothering to corner mark that, but we definitely can corner mark that. Okay, so can one of these be 14? I think Chad is telling me the answer is no. None of these can be 14, because I could make 9 plus 5, but then I'd have to make 13, and I can't, because the smaller of these two digits is at most 3. And so we have that to keep in mind. So we can't go up to 14, so we go at most to 13. And we definitely go down to 11, at least. So the 11 is 2, 9, or 5, 6. People are saying the 3 is in a 10 cage. Right. Yeah, what does the 3 go with? That's a good point. Yeah, that is a very good way to look at it. The 3 has to go with something. It can't go with a 9 because that also sums to 12, and it can't go with 6 because that's too small. So in fact, we know it's 10, 11, 12. So the 3 goes with a 7. So one of these two is a 7. And then once we have gotten that, we know there's an 11 cage, which is either 5, 6. Oh, it just is 5, 6, right? No, sorry, it's 5, 6, or 2, 9. Yeah, 5, 6, or 2, 9. Unfortunate. I think 2, 9 works just fine, unfortunately, MK. Okay. This is certainly a 4, 6, or 8. Let's just fill right in while we are talking about these sorts of things. Now, I do know that these totals, there are 3 1, 2, 3s in these. So one of these cells is at most 5. One of these sums is at most 5. On the other hand, the minimum sum here is 11. So that does somewhat restrict what this can be. So yeah, if one of these is at most 5, let's take that first. So if one of these is at most 5, then this number here can't be more than 8. So we'll do something like that. That doesn't feel that exciting. No. I was going to say 1 is placed in this box, but it's not quite placed in this box. It's not true if that's a 5, right? Screaming Ice Cube. Oh, you're using the killer cage. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that yet. This digit actually sees this 1, 2, 3 triple, and we know they're different because of the killer cage, right? So this is also blue, and that's also blue. So yeah, we can use that trick. Yeah, very good. Okay. And so this is for 8. Let's see. Should we start subcoloring these? I don't know if I'm really prepared to go down that road just yet. It's possible that I should be willing to do so. Yeah, I guess it's worth pointing out that the other consequence of the fact that so I thought about this from the point of view of the sums, but I should also point out the fact that both of these Renbon need to have a 1, 2, 3 on them. And so if both of these Renbon have a 1, 2, 3 on them, then so in fact, all the 1, 2, 3s here are on these Renbon. And so that means that these digits just have to be 1, 2, 3 through 6, right? There's no and these are 7, 8, 9, right? Because both these Renbon have a 1, 2, 3 on them. So I can't possibly get higher than having all of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are actually just a 7, 8, 9 triple. So that's not 7 or 8. And so, and the 1 assuredly has to go on this renbon, right? Because if the 1 doesn't go on this renbon, we've got a big problem. Because if the 1 goes on this renbon, now I've got a 2-3 on this renbon. So this is definitely just a 1-2. One of these is a 3, and this is a 3, 4, 5, 6. Is what has happened. So one of these two is a 3. Now, the maximum sum of this box is 12. Which could be, say, 5 and 7. If we would like, the minimum sum is 10, which could be 4 and 6 or something like that. I do know that these 4 cages together, if we want to do mod 4 math, if you sum 4 consecutive numbers, so for example, if you sum these 4 cages together, we know that you get a number that is always 2 more than a multiple of 4. So for example, if you sum 1 through 4, you get 10, which is 2 more than 8. And so this total we know is 2 more than a multiple of 4, but this total is 21, which is 1 more than a multiple of 4. So this number here has to be another 1 more than a multiple of 4. So it's a 1, 5, or 9 are the only possibilities for this digit here. Oh, I do know that this digit isn't 4 and this digit isn't 4 just by that virtue of that. So one of these is actually 4. I don't know if I care about that, but it's true. Okay, so 9 is way too big, right? Yeah, 9 would make this cage sum to a minimum of 14. So this is definitely not a 9. Is even 5 too big? 5 would make the sum to 11. Yeah, I think that is too big. Because, yeah, if this sums to 11, then we could go 11... 10, 9, 8, but that's not even close. Yeah, so 1, in fact, is what this is by our little mod 4 math trick, which is nice because it lets us place another 1. And now I know that this digit isn't 1 because one of those two is 1. If you would like to do assorted other gymnastics, that digit's not 1. One of these two is 1. Anyway, that 1 looks down. By the way, these are both yellow. I don't know why I didn't mark them as yellow before. But anyway, that's 2 and that's 1. So that's not 1 either, which actually places the 1 even. Places the 1 in that. Who's Matuz? That's now 1. So one of these is 1, and so now this is 1 by sudoku. Thank you. Is that all the 1s? No, because one of those is 1. Oh, and that exactly is 1, in fact. Just because we need a 1 in this box, and that's the only place it can go. So now I have all the 1s in the puzzle. Also, this is blue now. Okay. Okay, so if this was a 3, D-Web is saying then we could go 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's fine, unfortunately. I can do a dumb proof that this isn't 5, because if this is a 5, then this sum is 7 and that sum is 7. Let's see. So, yeah, that doesn't quite... Same thing. This can't be 6, because if this is a 6, it makes that 6 as well. Oops. So this is a 4 or a 5. That's a 5 or a 6. Oh, right. These two cages also have to be consecutive, right? Yeah, subcoloring 2 3s is going to be my next mission after I resolve this box. Yeah, so one of these is at most a 5. And so what Kurobon is pointing out is because these two cages need to have consecutive totals, in particular, they need to have an odd total. And so they have a 1, 2, and 3 in them. So the other digit must be odd. That's not a 1, 2, or 3. Because otherwise they'd have an even total, which doesn't work. So this just is the 3, because it can't be a 4 or a 6. And now this must just be a 5. So that will do it. Okay, so I somehow had forgotten about this digit applying to the cages. So now we've got, for the cages, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7. That is now out. That's now yellow for sure. We might get away with not subcoloring now, because now we're going to fill in all of those. Oh, oops, sorry, this wasn't 2 is the thing that isn't. That's not 4 anymore. That's not 6 anymore. Let's see. There's a 3. Oh, right. These are both blue. I might as well mark. That digit's not a 3. So, in fact, the 3 is actually placed in this box, because we have a 3-corner mark over here is what I'm using. This digit sees 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So that digit sees 1, 2, and 3. And so the 3 in this column, therefore, is in box 1, which means it's there. So we can handle that. And now the 2 is also over here because of the way this 1 and 2 worked out. Okay, so there's a 2 in this column, and it's not there by sudoku. So that's the 2. So that's not a thing. And so that is. So that is a 3, and that's a 2. I thought there was a decent chance that if I drug my feet a little bit in a James Sinclair puzzle, I would be able to avoid subcoloring. And I in fact, was able to avoid subcoloring. The 3, remember, went with a 7. 2 can't go with a 6, so 2 has to go with a 9, because we have to go 10, 11, 12 along those lines. That's not a 7. Okay. These two digits are known. They are 5 and 6 in an unknown order, but that does remove the 5 and the 6 from that cell. Let's see. So yeah, we've got 3 places for a 4. A skadzillion places for a 5, it looks like. Oh, people are telling me to look at the pair in the column. That's probably why. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are a 7 and a 9. So that's a 9 and a 7. And now if I look across this row, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5 and a 6 again, which actually makes these a 5, 6 hidden pair to make the world complete. These are 4. In fact, that one just is the 4. 5, 6, 7, and that's the 8, making that the 7, actually, which plucks 7 out of both of these, makes that a 7. No. Sorry, makes that an 8. I don't know why I keep trying to do 7. Which now has made this a 5, which I can ride up here. So that's actually a 6 and a 5. So these aren't 5 or 6. You had a different proof of this being 5, 6, but I had to go and reach a stronger conclusion. Sorry for ruining your fun. This digit isn't 4 or 8. I'm going to use because I can. I guess sorry, it's lame because there's a 4-8 pair in there. I was using that it saw a 4-8 pair. So this digit's not 4 or 8 because it sees the 4-8 on the Renbon, and I want to use that. So I'm going to center mark the cell as not 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be 5, 6, 7, but it can't be 8 or 9. So haha, it is a 5, 6, 7. This digit, while I'm doing things that are actually useful, seems to be a 5. So it's also not a 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so these are 6, 7, and 9. That one's not the 9 at the very least. What about this column? We'll do this column first. We've got the 1, 2, 3. We need a 4. Got a 5. We need a 6, 8, and 9. Okay, and this one, remember, is not 4 or 8. So that one's only 6 or 9. Yeah, both on the Renbon and in the row even. Tragically. Okay, this is a triple. I probably should fill in the triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That one's not a 9. I know, right, David? That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3. I don't even know that I really want to. I feel like I'm getting baited into marking this. Okay, let's mark this row. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not a 7. It's a 4 or a 9. Oh, Josh had a point about 4 in row 6. It's this cell. This is the interesting cell because it also sees both cells on the Renbon, and I missed it. So this can't be 1, 2, 3. It can't be 4. It can't be 5. It could be 6 or 7. It actually can't be 7, but who cares? It could be 8 or 9. It can't actually be 9 either. So this is a 6 or an 8. And so the point, therefore, from Josh is that, oh, yeah, you can't actually put 4 anywhere else in this row because that cell sees a 4 over there. So that's a 4 and an 8, which gives me a 6 and a 7. Like that. Yeah, and I guess that cell also saw a 4, 8. Maybe I could have done something with that. If I was hell-bent on using Sudoku in some fashion. Those are a 4, 9 pairs. That makes it a 7 and a 9. Okay. No 8. Okay, so this is a 5, 6 that's not a 5. So that's a 6 and a 5. Gives me an 8 over down there. Let's see. This row has or needs a 4 and a 9. I can do that. Uh-oh. Oh, it doesn't need a 9. Sorry. It needs a 4 and a 7. Well, I can do that too. Because the 4, 9 pair that I saw briefly. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still need 6, 7, and 8. We still need. Do I really not know which of these is 5 and which of these is 8? Apparently not. Okay, this box, 2, 3. That's the 4 in the box just by Sudoku, so I'll take that. Making that an 8, a 4, and a 9, giving the 5 and the 8 over there. That seems to be the 5 there. This is a 6, 7, or 9 that's not a 9, so that is the 9, making that the 6. This is a 6 or a 7 to be named later. These two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these are 7 and 9 in that order. Making that a 6 and a 7 and a 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is an 8. One of these two is a 5, and a 7. Very cute idea there for a puzzle. I like that sort of like the renbon are both. At first, I thought it was going to be just a renbon on the cages, but it turned out it was both kinds of renbon. And a renbon that's 2 renbon has got to be even more exciting than a renbon that's just 1 renbon, right? How many times can you say renbon in a sentence? I will challenge you. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back with another puzzle. See everyone in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. We have up a Nurikabi Sudoku by Sujoiko. So this is a pencil puzzle hybridish kind of puzzle. So we have normal Sudoku rules. Then we have Nurikabi, which is this genre that you might have seen on Steam or various other places where you build some islands and you put them in water. And so you need to make sure that there are no 2x2s of water. And then each area of green cells is an island. A cell with a square must be land, and its digit counts the number of cells in the island. Each island must contain at least 1 square. That's slightly unusual for Nurikabi. Typically, you have exactly 1 clue per island, but here we'll have at least 1. So we have to, when I later say we need to make this water to keep these 2 islands apart, you need to tell me that that's not how this works. A cell with a circle must be water, and its digit counts the number of water cells in the 3x3 area around itself. And we have up to land sums. A clue outside a row or column indicates the sum of all digits in water up to the first land cell. The digit in that land cell is not included in the sum. Okay, so that probably means that these digits in front of these are water. I'm just going to go out on a little bit of a limb. And for example, this 15, you can't do 15 in 1. You can't even do 18 in that. You can't have a 2x2 of water. Every island needs at least one clue. You can't do 21 and 3 either. This island needs at least one clue, so we can keep growing it. You can't do 27 in fewer than 4 cells. You can't do 33 in fewer than 5 cells. 20 also takes at least 3 cells. 24 takes at least 3 cells. So we have a sort of pattern here where this cell's always land, because if it isn't, then we get a 2x2 of water. But the land that it is needs a clue, so we know that those are land. Regardless of what happens, let's see. That's land because we need to avoid 2x2s. Right. Same thing here. People point out if this is water, it immediately makes more water, so it's land, but then it's land that needs a clue, so the clue has to grow up that way. This is an island. Okay, so there we go. That 2x2 placed an island there, which then makes this a 7, and we'll bring out Zach for the 7 dance. Woo! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Oh yeah, we could also have had an 8 dance. Okay. 15 is still more than 1 digit, so that green grows. Let's see. Poor 8 dance. Let's see. Yeah, this could nip around here or nip around there or even both. And they'd just both be 9. Let's see. This water sweeper clue is certainly 4, 5, or 6. 6 with... Oh, it can't actually, if you actually look at it... Oh, it could be 4 if those are an 8, 9 pair. Never mind. I know one of these two is land for what it's worth. Oh, all water cells are connected. Right. I both forgot to say that rule when I explained the rules of Narakabi, and also forgot that it existed when I was solving the puzzle. So this certainly isn't a 4, because if this was a 4, my water would be disconnected, because those would both be land. And also this needs to be water for the water to get out, because all the water is connected in some way or another. So this is a 5 or a 6. Let's see. And this is certainly at least 4. But I have a feeling that could also happen. Right. Very good spot to Emily. That 8 tells me the 24 clue now can grow, which now makes that green as well. Very nice. Oh, and now, therefore, this green actually does come join this island, which now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in size. So it needs to grow 1 more, or we'll repeat the 8 in the row. So that's, in fact, a 9. So this island does not have size 9, which rules out one of the possibilities we previously contemplated. These two sum to 7, or sorry, sum to 12, so they have to be 5, 7. Just for the record. Yeah, this 8. Let's see. What's the sum of the digits between the 8 and the 27? It's 10, right? Uh, that's not super exciting, unfortunately. Yeah, we can no longer do the, like, super island. Uh, let's see. What, Oh, this island needs to get a clue, and it can only get a clue by coming through here. Because we've sort of cut off all the other clues from it. And so now this is a 2-cell 15 sum for what it's worth. If this island goes here, then this is a very small island. But I don't think there's any prohibition against very small islands. Let's see. Okay, so people are saying this needs an 8 or something. So if this is a 5, then these are a 7, 9. Right? Isn't that correct? So I don't think it needs an 8. Or it could just be 6, 7, 8. Let's see. Yeah, I guess this is 1 or big is a good point, because if this is more than 1, it immediately becomes at least 6. In fact, this island can't even be only 6 in size because we need it to take another cell to avoid a 2 by 2. So and I didn't even write this in the right cell, but in fact it's 1, 7, 8, 9 even. Oh, people are saying the 21 clue needs a 7 now. Let's see. So the two cases are that it's 7, 9, or this is a 6, in which case it's 7, 8. Yeah, I agree. It needs a 7. So that's a 7. That's a fussy conclusion, but I agree it's true. Okay, so now these need to add to 14. So this is either 8 or 9. Then let's see. So if this did come down here, I would need these to be pretty low. But that is okay. If that's green, then this would need to grow again, but that's okay. There is an interesting thing where I need a little bit of land in here in order to make sure I don't get 2 by 2s. That's a good point. Yeah. So what people are saying is this water needs to connect, and it can't connect that way anymore because I'd be making like 6 digits sum to 12. So these are always both water for the water to connect, which immediately gets you those greens. So this is 2, 3, or 4. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7 or 8. Let's see. Oh, yeah, right. This can't be 2, Nicholas points out, because in the world where this is 2, these are both water, and now the 12 sum is huge. People say it also can't be 4, but I don't see why people say it can't be 4. Green can have a 2 by 2. Does it say that? That's not a rule in traditional Nurikabe, and I did not see it in the rules here. It would be an eminently reasonable thing to assume as a rule, but I don't think it actually is in this particular instance. This 18. No, sorry, I was going to say something that's not true. I was thinking it was a 21, but okay. Yeah, so these sum to 12, so they definitely contain a 1 and a 2 for whatever that's worth. We don't have like no repeats on islands or anything like that, unfortunately, so we can't do a lot with that. Yeah, that sounds like the kind of deduction I would rather avoid if I possibly can. Let's see. Yeah, we know those aren't 1 or 2. We know there's a 7 over down here. Am I supposed to do something with these water sweepers? Like this one's certainly at most 6, but I don't know that I really want to pencil mark that. And it's definitely like at least 2, at most 6. Let's see. Defeat says the water cells in box 2 must connect through column 3, because going through the row would make... Yeah, so if these water cells connect there... yes, that's true, yeah. So if these water cells can't connect across here, so what David is saying is one of these two at least is land. Because if neither of these two is land, then that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it clashes with that cell, which is very nice. So that means that cell is definitely water. I agree, which means that cell's definitely land. Okay, how many cells are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Virtual 6. 7, 8, 9. Annoyingly, I could just still connect to that. I was hoping to now have to connect to that. Anyway, that also now means this water has to connect down, actually. So that actually does make this a 1. Yeah, this water still has to connect down because it doesn't connect through there. Oh, this water does still grow over here. This green needs to grow because it doesn't have an island yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is a 9. That's blue. It's not a 9, so that's not a 6. Yeah, now this is bigger than 2 or 3. And it's not a 6 either. So yeah, so now this is 4 or 5. And now this is at least 4. And at most 6. So this is from 4, 5, 6. It's probably 6, but who knows? Okay, these are either 2, 6 or 3, 7, just for the record. Yeah. If this is water, then if we look at what happens, it means these sum to 27, which means these sum to 18, which means that digit's a 10. So this can't be water, I agree. So that does finish it. So it now is an 8. So it's done. Oh, good point. Anyway, that's land, which needs a clue. This is now a 4. This is now a 5. I thought we were going to be doing some cute these two things can't clash kind of deduction, but it seems that's not where things are going at the moment. Right, this water still needs to connect, so we can do that. This green still needs to connect, so we can do that. So this is 5, 6, or 7 now. Oh, sorry, no, this actually needs to connect up. So this is only, oh no, it is actually just 6 because we need to avoid the 2 by 2 even. So this is a 6, which means that's a 5, which now resolves that that is land. Up there. Now this is a 3 or a 4 for sure. I agree this is now 5, 6, 7. It's maximized, and that is the 6 in there. Like that. Oh, we can now actually add, because these are 12, so that's a 9, which makes that a 3, which makes that a 4, which makes that land. Over there. Let's see. We're almost done with the watering. Let's see. We know there's a 4 over here in one of those two cells, so we know there's a 4 down here. All right, so these 3 cells sum to 10, because if you look at this row, these sum to 27 plus 8, that's 35. So these sum to 10. There needs to be a 1 in that because they can't be 2, 3, 5, or my 8 sum is 6, 6. And that's not the 1. So one of these two is definitely a 1. Could be 1, 2, 7. Could be 1, 3, 6, I think. No, it can't be 1, 3, 6 even. It has to be 1, 2, 7, right? It can't be 1, 4, 5 because we've got too many 4, 5s. And 1, 3, 6, I think, breaks both our ways to make 8. So I think it just has to be 1, 2, 7 exactly, right? Making this 3, 5, I think. Making this quad 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This isn't a 4, 6. That's not a 9. This isn't a 4, 8. Can get rid of the corner mark there now. We now know one of... Oh, no, sorry, not quite. We have this sort of aligning 5s there and there, which tell us that one of these two is a 5. Let's see. Oh, this digit's not a 7 for what it's worth because of the 5, 7 pair up here. One of these two is a 5 just by sudoku. Why can't 9 be an island in row on an island in row 4? Eight is placed in box 6. I agree with that. 8 is placed in box 6, so that's not an 8. So that's not a 7. So now one of these two is 8. Now that would be a fun rule, Josh, if it had nothing to do with the size but was just the largest digit. So I'm being told 3, 4, 8, 9 is the only possibility. I don't know how to prove that. 7 in column 2 is down. In fact, it's exactly there. Agree. So 7 is over here in one of those two cells. One of these two cells is a 6 by sudoku. I think somehow Emma knows which one, but I don't. Let's see. Oh, right, because there's a 6 in column 4 over here. Very swell. Or I guess if you look in column 6, the 6 can't go in this box or that box, so it goes in this box, so it goes there. I agree with that. So there's a 6 over here. So there's no 6. Oh, no, there could be a 7. Never mind. We don't know yet. Yeah, people have said there's only one way to do it, I think, but I have no earthly idea how one would go about arguing that. Except that digit can be 7, David, which is what annoyed me. I was about to do it until I saw that this digit could be 7, so it might actually be like 987 or something. Is that true? I don't think I understand why that's true. I do agree there's definitely a 9 in the 33 sum, because remember, the 33 sum is saying that these are either 1, 2, 4, 5, or they're 1, 2, 3, 6. Those are the two possibilities. Oh, and they have a 6 in them. Okay, never mind. Let's do it this way. These 4 cells sum to 12, and they have a 6 in them. So they're 1, 2, 3, 6. There we go. That's nice. They have a 6 just by sudoku. So that means the rest of this row is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 9 is placed. And this isn't a 4 by the column. That's not a 9. Column 5 has a 5. Very good. There's a 5, 7 pair. Look down. We'll just make this a 4. Very handy. Let's see. There's a 9 into the 24 by sudoku. That's true. There is a 9 in here in one of these two spots. End of 4. Yeah, you're right. So that's getting us to being able to just force what it is. So yeah, so 4 and 9 are 13. So there can't be a 7 in it because you need 11 more. And that would require an additional 4, and you only get 1 4. So that puts the 7 over there. So now what is my way of summing to 11 if it's not 5 6 or 4 7 and it's not 2 9s? It's 3 8. So these are 3 8 4 9. Okay, there we go. You rewatched my first coloring challenge stream back before I had a conflict checker. Oh wow. Yeah, I do occasionally think about the fact that I did all of this without a conflict checker at some point or another. And then when I introduced the conflict checker, I asked, oh, apparently this is the 8 in that convolution of things, making that the 5 and that the 8 over there. So that's a 3 4 9. So none of those are 3. So that's a 3. I remember I asked chat if they would prefer if I used or did not use a conflict checker, and I recall I think Garion being emphatic that I should use a conflict checker, which was fair and I think was the right conclusion. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so those are 1 2. That's a 1 2 pair in the column. So we have an octopus in this column, placing a 3. I think conflict checker really helps spot some things that could take a while to spot and not be particularly satisfying when you see the thing that you weren't spotting. At least for my personal taste. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. Okay. I do often think back to like one of my earlier puzzles that Simon did that like had this like really nasty hidden single 4 in column 4 at some point in the puzzle that I was proud of at the time, that I would now be like, there is no way I would put this in a puzzle under any circumstances whatsoever. Let's see. 7 in column 6 is placed. Right. Very good. Yep. Because there's a 7 7 looking into this box, so that is going to give us the 7 and the 2 and the 1 and the 2 and the 1. Okay, let's see. This is going to be a 2 6 or 9. Sure is. Let's see. This is going to be a triple. Sign of growth is to be ashamed of your past accomplishments. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. That one's not the 9. And so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. It's not 4. That's not 3. Okay. You're already ashamed you wrote it. Okay, so 4 in box 6 is there. Agree. So that's not a 4. Yeah, I've been trying to, like, at the back of my head, think about this 15-point people have been making, and I've been wondering if I'm going to get around it or not. Because I can't understand it yet. And I spoilers, still don't understand it, but we might actually have to think about it. Because like it seems to me like it's fine if these just sum to 30, and then this is a tiny number. Column 1 15. There's not a 15 in column 1, I don't think. So you're saying these two digits sum to this digit? Is that what you're saying? So these are at most 7 because they sum to that, and they can't even be 7 because of the 1. So actually, these are at most 6. And so we can certainly say that's so if this is a 6, 9, 8, 7, 2, that doesn't work for reasons. Oh, the ways of making 8 are blocked by the column. Oh, that's hideous. But I agree that it seems to be true. Yeah, so these two cells, if this were an 8, these two cells would sum to 8. And that does not work by the fact that we've got a 3, 5, and a 2, 6, and a 1, which is disgusting. But it's true. So that's a 6 and a 9. So now these have to be 2, 4, neither of which are involved in a 3-cell sum to 15. I don't regret trying my hardest to avoid using that. 6, 1, 2, 9 over there. 9 over there. I thought it sounded from what Legitimate Businessman was saying like there was a way cleaner way to see it, but I could just never wrap my brain around it. But it sounded like Legitimate Businessman maybe had a way to see it that was a little bit cleaner, but maybe not. Maybe I was just I was having too much hope, and well, speaking of follies of youth, too much hope is always there. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so these are 6 and 7. So that is not a 6. Okay, these are an 8 and a something. To be named later. The other something is a 1. These are a triple. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, definitely true. Legitimate Businessman. Especially explaining it to someone who is dyslexic and sometimes can't read longer messages very well. Okay, that's a 5, 7 pair. I'm not too psyched about that. Okay, this row. Yeah, that sounds, that I didn't at all mind the what is the maximum that this can sum to part of it. I minded the, this can't be an 8 because if these two summed to 8, then you've got by values decorating the column that break that is like one too many layers of look ahead for my taste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Can fill in those. I still have this 5, 7 pair, but it's not really doing anything. But I do have 3 placed in this row. I now see in a way that is sloppy, but we'll take it. Oh, right. I was looking at this row, which still needs a 1 and a 5. Sure. This row, which still needs a 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna guess though that probably if I did this like one step at a time, it probably would have been a little bit nicer because doesn't feel like a sudoku step at all to do the way we actually did this last little bit here. Oh, that's an 8. It's just been placed because there's a 1, 2 pair in the row. Agree. And now there's a 1, 2 pair in the box, so that's a 6, which makes that a 4. 6, 9, 2, 6, 8. Not a 6, not a 4. Okay, and these are something. Oh, I actually still have math to do, don't I? Because I forgot that I still had a clue to solve, which is that I definitely need this to be an 8 and not a 1, rather than torturing the Sudoku to death. If this is a 1, then the most I can make this row add to is 12. That's not going to work. Okay, and so now that's a 5. That's going to make this a lot cleaner than the way I was slowly resolving it by center marking every cell in the grid and hoping that something would turn up. Okay, okay, one of these is a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Very nice. That was a little trickier than I expected, actually, at the beginning, but it was very satisfying, and I enjoyed this. I like the outside water clues. Is a good idea for doing a Nurikabe puzzle. It turned out that every island had its own clue anyway, so I don't know why we didn't just in the rules say that every island had exactly one clue. I think that would have been a little bit nicer. It's a little bit of a shame to lose stuff like digits don't repeat on islands or some other like closer tie between the two puzzle types. But I guess the closer tie was that we had this sort of sandwich killer kind of logic going on with these things. I would have enjoyed more of these as well, but I guess the problem is like these can't possibly sort out the higher digits. And we never got to use my favorite kind of step with these sorts of circles, which is that we never had to avoid making two circles that saw each other the same. Yeah, there definitely were repeats on islands, that is for sure. Alrighty, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in a moment with another puzzle, so see you all shortly. Hello and welcome back. We have a Kropke-Nabner loop. I think this is the second Nabner loop puzzle by HeXVro we have done. If you like build your own loop puzzles, I highly recommend going back and enjoying the backlog of the past 5,000 puzzles that HeXVro has set, because HeXVro and Nordy have each set, both collaboratively and separately, a bunch of build your own loop that is, and then fill in any constraint you want, kind of puzzles, and they're very cool. So I recommend it. They have definitely mastered the art of the build your own loop kind of puzzle. So here we need to draw our one cell wide loop of orthogonally connected cells. The loop can't touch itself, not even diagonally. And we're breaking this loop into segments by box borders. So again, imagining my vision is always it's a rope and you slice it at the box borders, and each slice is a Nabner. So no digits can be consecutive. Regardless, they can't repeat either, but that can't happen anyway. A 3x3 region can have multiple segments, and single cell segments intrinsically satisfy this. That is very fair. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. Digits separated by a black dot have a ratio of 2 to 1. Not all possible dots are necessarily given. For each given dot, at least one of the digits touching the dot must be on the loop. Okay, well, this digit surely is not on the loop. Because if this digit was on the loop would have to go either that way or that way, and it would have two consecutive digits on it. So that actually gives us some loop to start, like that. Now, I can't actually... Well... Oh yeah, I just can't go here at all. Because if I go here at all... then that forces me to have a length 5 line. It's because of the loop doesn't touch itself business. If the loop, so basically if the loop goes here, it has to immediately close, but now I've got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 here, because that's the only length 5 black dot. Only length 5 Nabner, but doesn't work with the black dot at all. Neither of these can turn backwards, because if either of these turns backwards, then we're immediately having the loop touch itself, which is a no-no. We're definitely not making a length 7 Nabner within the box. These can't be on the loop because they would touch the loop. I'm trying to think if there's a color I can underscore the loop in that would maybe make it look a little bit nicer. Does that look better? No, that looks horrible. What about that? That also looks horrible. Because this is on the loop, but I don't know. I guess I can just use that. This loop continues this way. This loop continues this way. Right. And now the point is now the loop has to go down here because otherwise it's touching itself, which we don't allow. So we can do that. I guess we could go through both cells of this black dot. No, we can't go through both cells of this black dot. It's the same argument as before. If we go to both cells of this black dot, we now have the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 problem again. So we can't do that, so we have to do that. So this is unvisited, and so this needs to be visited. And now we need to get out of dodge from this box. Okay, this would be touching it diagonally, so it can't go there, which means this piece goes down like that. Maybe I can just underdo it in yellow. Is that horrible? Actually, that's not at all horrible. Yeah, so this is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, with that particular cell being 1, 3. So these are 2, 4, 6, 8. with that one not being 4 or 8. Okay, and this is also 1, 3, so that's a 1, 3 pair. So this is 2 or 6. That's not 1, 3. Okay, so now these are both even, actually. So these are from 2, 4, 8. Interestingly enough, they definitely contain a 4. There we go. Yeah, so they definitely contain a 4, and so therefore this is a 6 and a 3. And we can bring out Zach for the 60 dance. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Boop, boop, ba-doop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Boop, 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 boop. Wait, can still be 1, 2? Oh, no. Oh, no, you're right. It could still be 1, 2. Oh, right. This one doesn't even have to be 1, 3 at all. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, that was wrong for a bajillion different reasons. Not least of which is that. Never mind. We'll proceed boldly. This, I guess it's not quite true that this has to be on here, but if it's not, then we have to do that. Right. This needs to be off because if this is on, then we end up with this because of the diagonal touching. I do agree about the 5, 7, 9 hidden pair in this row. So that cell, this cell are the only 3 places that can be 5, 7, 9 in the row. Oops. So they have to be 5, 7, 9. Right, the loop continues down into this cell. And then surely does not go to either of the cells that has a white dot next to it. Can't go here, it would touch itself diagonally. Makes this turn over to here. And now we have the same problem, where if this is on the loop, then the loop closes. So this is not on the loop. That's not on the loop either. So we can actually sort of fill in the rest of this loop like this. Okay, again, that's not on the loop for loop closing reasons. These are both on the loop. That's not. We can continue that. These are both on the loop. Are both on the loop. That's not. This continues down here. Uh-oh. Oh, right, sorry. It doesn't have to turn at the black dot. It only has to turn at white dots, right. So, in particular, yeah, it has to go down here. So we've got that. So this is not a 1, 2 kind of black dot. I do agree we get the 2, 4, 6, 8 up here again. So these are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Right. And so now we repeat this 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 trick, David points out, because if I come here, now I've got a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 2 of them are on a black dot, so we can't do that. So you must go here, which is very nice. And again, if we go here, it's the same problem, so we have to get out. And again, we can't certainly go to either of these. So this cuts through that black dot. This goes over here. Those are yellow. They don't connect yet, or we get a mini loop. So this continues over to here. Okay. I'm going to guess that probably we're okay to go in one of those, but who knows? Right, this can't be loop. I agree with that, because that would close it. So therefore, this comes here. Okay, now these two connect either this way or that way. I'm not sure I immediately see how I know which one, but it's one of those. That is true. We've used 4 odds in this row, so this can't be even. It must be the last odd. That is a good point from Screaming Ice Cube. So these are from 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, this is a black dot digit, so it's certainly not 5, 7, or 9. That's true. And so then this is 2 or 6. So now we have our 1, 3 pair looking across the row that I thought I had before, but that I didn't really. So this is an entirely even sort of black dot. So it's from 2, 4, 8, and definitely has a 4 on it. And if this definitely has a 4 on it, then that means there's no 4 on this string of white dots up here. Which also means there's no 2. So these are 6, 8 with a 7 in the middle. And we can bring out Zach for the 7 dance. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. So now that makes... Oops. Sorry, that makes these an actual 2, 4 pair, which makes that a 6 and a 3, which makes that a 1 and a 2. And so that makes that an 8. So these aren't 4 or 6. Those are 2, 8. There seem to be fewer 7s up here. These seem not to be a 3, so the 3 is over here somewhere. These aren't 1 or 7. So one of these is the 1. If I try to handle this correctly. Okay. That's not a 7. Okay, so yeah, so one of those is a 1. So this isn't. One of these is a 3. So this isn't. Oh, this is a 2, 8 pair. That's pretty good. And I guess it's got a 6, 8 pair looking at it as well. So now this black dot is fixed, because with a 4 looking at it, the only options are 1, 2, and 3, 6, but it's not 1, 2 because it's on a Napner. So these are 3, 6, meaning that these come from 1, not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 8, or 9. One of them's definitely a 1, for what it's worth, which, if I look at my little Zach wing here, guarantees me a 1 in here, which now when I ask where the 2 goes in this column, guarantees that that digit's a 2, because I can't put the 1 with that, I can't put the 2 with the 1 on the Nabner, and it has to go somewhere. It's a good point. There's also an 8 in here we can even do. And so that means the 7 and the 9 in the column are actually forced up here, which means that these are, in fact, a 1, 5, 8 exactly. Very nice. This can be lots of things. Let's see. Oh, that 6, 7, 9 actually tells me that these are 1, 5. I'm being pointed out that there's a sudoku. So these are 3, 9. So those are 5, 7. Let's see. Is it worth filling in what these are? Almost assuredly, yes. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And that one certainly can't be 3 because there's a 2 or a 4 on the Renbon. It might be the best I can do. Sorry, on the Nabner, I should say. Okay. Ah, right. Can't have both 5 9s on the segment because there's only one 5 9 that's not consecutive with this 6 8. Very, very wise. So this is always a 1 or a 3. There's a 3 over here by Sudoku, is what Mekti is pointing out. And so once you see that 3's over there by Sudoku, that tells you the 2 and the 4 in this box are in this column. Which, if you just think about what that means that these are not 1, 2, they are 3, not 4, not 5, 6, 7. Apparently not 6 either. And 9, and the 6 is over here as well. So these are 2, 4, 6. And that... Sorry, 2, 4, 6. I typed a different thing. That gives me the 8 and the 2 up there. Well, I saw the 2 looking up column 8, but I saw that also we could do like basically the whole box. So this is now a 3, 7, or 9 on a black dot, but I think we know which one it is. 6, so that's a 5 because 9 and 8 are consecutive. That's a 7 and a 5. It's a 9 and a 7. These are not 5 anymore. This can be a 1 or a 3, and it's no problem. This can probably also be anything, and it's no problem. That's not a 9 anymore. Let's see. One of these two is a 7. Is there something else I know is down here? I know one of these two is a 4. Yeah, that might be the best I could do for now. Okay, so now I know that this is not on the loop because there's an even number in this thing, so I can't make my 5-cell thing again. So that's actually quite forcing, because I'm going to have to do that by the no touchies rule, and then I'm going to have to go all the way down here and dodge going through the white dot, dodge touching myself diagonally. So certainly can't spend more than 5 cells in the box, so we can come one more cell over here. These are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 again, with those not being 1 or 5, so these are 1, 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, indeed. Okay, this is double, not 6. Oh, this is just known. These are 4, 6, 8, actually. So one of these two is 8. Yeah, this is now just like pretty free, unfortunately. I know there's a 1 over here. These digits are low because if these were high, they would have to be 7, 8, 9, and the 8 would go where the 8 sees it by sudoku. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, actually, and this one's not the middle one, so this is a 2, 3, or 4 for sure. Okay. Oh, so neither side of this is 6. And so if I look at that side's not 6, that side's not 6. This one because of the 4, 6, 8 triple, this one because of sudoku or that sudoku. So these are just from 1, 2, 4, 8, except this one's not 4 or 8. So this is only 1 or 2, which means this is certainly 1, 2, or 4. Now, if I look at this setup, it's definitely got a 3 in it, I guess, is the thing I can say. Well, this isn't 1 anymore over here, because if this was 1, that would be 2, and it would break that cell. So this isn't 2 anymore. It's 4 or 6. Oh, this has just never been able to be 8. I think this was never, ever 8, so this is just a 5. I think I just never looked at this white dot until now. Because if this was 7, one of these two would be 6, and there's a 6 in the box already, Mekti. Let's see. Oh, no problem. I'm always happy to confirm. Okay, there's definitely a 2 on this, so this is never a 2. For whatever it's worth. I don't know that it's worth very much. The other 1, 2 definitely isn't in here for whatever that's worth. There's a 5, 7 pair somewhere. I'm being told. I don't see it yet. I do see that one of these 2 digits is a 7. So there's no 6 or 8, but I already knew there was no 6 or 8. Oh, right. Sorry. This is a 6 on a Nabner, so these can't be 5 or 7. Right. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. So, yeah, so 5 and 7 in this row can't go with the 6 on the Nabner, so the 5 and 7 go over here, and we even know the order is that, which gives me this, which does tell me that one of these is definitely 1. I just don't know which one yet. And then the 7 in this box is just here, just by sudoku. Right. One of these being 1 tells me that's not 2, legitimate businessman points out. So that's a 1 and that's a 2. Very nice. And so if that's a 2, then that means this is 3, 4, 5, which makes that the 4, that the 3, and that the 5. That the 1 and the 9, and the 4 and the 2 and the 3. It was a beautiful implementation of this puzzle, by the way. Okay, so these are now, one of them is a 1, see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, and we know the 8 and the 9 aren't both there. So this is a 1 with an 8 or a 9. In fact, actually, we know that that's a 9 just by the 1, 8 pair, and so that's the 8 and the 1, and the 8 and the 1. 4 and 6 and 8. 2 and 4 and 6. This is something. It's a 9, giving me a 3 and a 9. One of these is a 3, and it's that one. That's a 2, just owing to sudokulology. Okay, so let's see. By sudokulology, what are these? 4, 6 is one of the things, and then the other is a 2. Okay, and then this is 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, very helpful. I guess I really kind of knew that, didn't I? Because these were all odd, so these were going to be all the evens, and then I wasn't going to really know anything, but what can you do? Okay, this is a triple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 5, 8, so that's a 3 or an 8. These are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then these are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I've got to connect these two. I guess technically I have a little bit more oomph over here, right? Because I didn't actually fill in what these could be, although I don't know. Yeah, I do know that one of these two is a 5, so yeah, maybe I should actually fill these in. So let's see. We got 1, 5, and 7. Is that all that's left in the column? No, 7 and 9. Okay, so this is 1, 5. Okay, and then this column we've got 1, 5, 8, and the other one, which is a 4. Okay. That does give us this 7, 9 pair, which is very nice because it gives us the 3 and the 8. Right, I do have this 1 pencil marked here, so I can remove the 1 from there, which is the whole reason I decided to let myself descend into this nonsense, and then proceeded to ignore it even so. So let's see. So that seems to be a 4 and a 6. This is now a 2, by the way, because I know these are connecting, and 7, 9 doesn't go with 8. So this is no longer able to be on the business. Okay. This is not a 2. These aren't an 8. These aren't 6s. That's not a 2. Let's see. Right. The loop has to continue from this side. So that's on the loop, which makes it a 4. Agree. That makes that a 1 and a 9 and a 3 and a 6. Oh, sorry, I made it the wrong color. It should be yellow. And now this is certainly not on the loop because it's a 5. So we get sadly, the boring Nabner to finish off. 5, 8, 5, and 1. There we go. Very nice, though. That was a great construction. That was super smooth all throughout, and I really enjoyed the repeated use of well, you can't have a black dot go through 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Was very nice. Alrighty, I am going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in just a moment with more puzzleage. So see you all in just a moment. Wrong button. Hello, welcome back. I think I hit the right button that time. We have here a pure modular lines puzzle by Richard, which is one of those constraints that I feel I would have a hard time. Oh, there was a new subscriber. Well, welcome to the new subscriber as well. But let's have a look. So modular lines are a lot like entropic lines, but instead of rows of your number pad, it's columns of your number pad that need to repeat. Let's see. Which random line should I choose to start by coloring? Is it this one or this one? This one looks the longest. Let's just randomly color that. So we'll make that purple, 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 green, green, green. Hey, Mike Master, welcome. Okay. Okay. So, oh no, not quite. Almost. It's exactly enough to not do anything, isn't it? I was looking at this row and seeing that these three together make something, but not quite what. Let's see. Let's color this in these. Okay, so the nice thing is these three are all in the same modularity, and so that modularity must be green. And we know what green is now because it's not the modularity of 6 or 7. So it's the modularity of 8. So these are 2, 5, 8. This is also green. And this is also green. And we can get rid of the boxes now. Okay. And now we use the fact that row 4 has one of each to tell us that that has to be green. Right. Very nice. Okay, and this is also green, right? Yeah, this is also green because we now know those two aren't green, so that's green. And that's all the greens in this column. Oh yeah, yellow isn't red circle by this column, Nicholas points out. That's completely right. So yellow is X. And purple is circle. And now we have unified our coloring schemes much earlier in the puzzle than you might anticipate. Okay, so we've got all of that nonsense happening. Okay, we know there's a yellow, so I know that cell's not yellow, because these two are the same thing. But I don't quite know what to do with it yet. Yeah, neither of those are yellow, so 2 of those are yellow. Right. Okay, yeah. So D-Web is correct. One of these two has to be yellow. I don't know which one, but it's the last yellow, and one of them is purple, so this remaining digit is purple, which is very nice, which makes both of these yellow because they see a full triple of purple and a full triple of green, which then makes that green as well. So we can get our additional 258. This column now has all of its yellows, actually. So this, funnily enough, if I mark this, and I'm not 100% sure if I want to mark this, this isn't green, so it's yellow or purple. This isn't yellow, so it's purple or green. And this isn't purple, so it's yellow or green. If we continue that around, so this one is yellow or purple, and that one's also yellow or purple. Oh, but it's not yellow, right? We know it's not yellow, so that's going to resolve everything, because if it was yellow, then we would have too many things before. So this one is not yellow, so it's purple. And now if that one's purple, that means this one isn't purple, it's green, and now this one isn't green, it's yellow. Ha-ha! And so now that is green, and that is purple. No, I didn't do that right. That is yellow. There we go. And we get a 5 dance, right? We get a green 5 dance. Perfect. Okay, so there is our 5 dance, because it's a green cell that's not 2 or 8. And let's bring out Zach for the 5 dance. Boop, boop, ba-doop. Woo. Boop, boop, ba-doop. Wah. Boop, boop, ba-doop. Wee. Ba-doop, boo-doop, ba-doop, boo-doop, boo-doop, boop, boo-doop, boo. Wah-ha. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Okay, so that is a 2. This is a very slick puzzle. Not that this is any surprise for a Richard puzzle, but this is very slick. That's purple. I agree with Nicholas. And that also places the purple in this string of 3 purples as there and there. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we don't got one of each there. The 2... Oh, actually, just where is 2 in this box? It's just placed. If you would like. So that's a 5. Okay, so this cell is yellow because it sees every green, which makes that cell also yellow and that cell green. These 2 are the same color, and legitimate businessmen and Nicholas are working together to tell me that that is neither yellow nor green because there's 2 yellows in the row and 2 greens in the row. So those are both purple. That's all the purples for this box, at least. And then this is not green because of the row, so this is yellow. And then we can go 1, 2, 3. That's also yellow. And then that's green. The last of its kind. Now, this cell is the same color as that cell. So that color is not green by the box, but that might be all I know. Let's see. 4 is yellow. Agree. These 2 are the same color. Do I know anything about that? It's not purple. That's for sure. But that might be all I know, is that it's not purple. I guess just so that I don't do it again, I'll mark it as green-yellow. And this is yellow-purple. Oh, this is the last in its column, so that is yellow. Yeah, these are still all green-yellow. Oh, row 5 still needs 1 more purple, and it doesn't go here, points out Nicholas. That's very good. So that is purple. Yes. That's weird, but very true. DWeb has a very cute point, which is that if this cell's yellow, the 3rd yellow in the box goes here, but that's the 4th yellow in the column. So this digit is purple or green, so we have this like chocolate teapot coloring again, somehow. Okay. This can't be purple either for the same reason, right? If this is purple, then I think DWeb's argument works again, because if this is purple, where's the other purple? And the other purple is there, but that's also a problem, right? So this, in fact, is not purple. It's green, which makes this not green. It's yellow, which makes this not yellow. It's purple, which makes this not yellow. It's purple, which makes this not green. It's yellow, and makes this yellow, and it's the last in the column. So now this digit is purple, and we finally know what is what. So yellow is 369 this time, including that cell. And green, sorry, no, purple is 147. So this cell is purple. The use of the given digits here is very clever as a way to sort of reward the slow progress that you make through this. They're very well placed, much appreciated. Okay, so if I don't even know if I'm going to mark that. We'll see. Okay. This row. Oh, we've got all our yellows and all our purples. So those are both green. This column has all of its greens. It's not super helpful. This row needs one more yellow and one more purple. Sure. Oh, this cell, though, we know it is purple. Oh, this just needs two more purples, right? I didn't count correctly. This just needs two more purples, which is much better than needing. These I know aren't purple, so right. Okay, I can place the last purple in box 8 because these aren't purple by the row. That's not purple by the column, so now that's purple. Column 2 needs 2 greens. Laura points out. This yellow has to go in this box, and it can only go there. This row now needs 2 greens. So this is a yellow, and this is a green. Let's see. We need a green over here and a yellow, and I don't know what order they go in somehow. These are both yellow, though, so that's good. One of these is green and one of them is purple. Sure. Let's see. There's another yellow in this box. It's one of those two. Sure. This is an 8. Maybe that's a helpful thing to notice. Let's see. Right. This is a 1 because it sees the 4 and the 7. That's a 4 over there. That's a 7. Right. DUI pointing out I actually know one of these two is the green 8 because one of these two is green and can only be 8, and therefore this isn't the 8. Or alternatively, I could corner mark the 8 in this box and say it looks up here. Either way works. So that's a 5 and that's an 8. And so now one of these two is an 8, and that now looks over and actually tells me that that one's the 8 in this box. If we would like, so now that's the 2 and the 5. So now that's the 2 and the 5. So now that's the 2. These are a 5, 8 in some order. Well, that one's the 5 by just seeing 2 and 8. So that's a 2. One of those is 2. That certainly seemed positive. Oh, yeah, this is 2 even. Okay. The 2 is placed just by Sudoku there. So this is 5 or 8. doesn't seem incredibly helpful. This is a 9, though, just by Sudoku. That does seem potentially helpful. Yeah, because it makes that a 9 as well, which makes that a 9 as well. Which, if I look at it, that means that this isn't 9 and that's not 9, so that's the 9 for the column. Which means that's the 9 for this box. Means that's the 9 for this box, which means that's the 9 over here. And now that's the 9 for this box, and now we've placed all our 9s. So now that's the 6, and that's the 6. So that's the 3, and that's the 3, and that's the 6 and the 3, and the 6 and the 3, and the 6 and the 3. And so now that's finally going to get us through this last little hurdle here, because now that's my 3. And so now when I go to do that, now, at least I assume that's going to get us the rest of the way. Maybe I'm still missing a purple and a green. That's a 3. 6 and a 3. It's a 6 and a 3. Just finish up that. Where is my last 6 that I haven't placed? Yeah, there's a 6 here. Which then makes that green and an 8, which makes that 8 and a 5, which makes that purple. And these are green and purple in some order, but that's a 5 for what it's worth. Seven's already in row 6. But I know one of these two is 7. Maybe I should corner mark that. So that's not a 7. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't worth it. One of these two is going to be a 4. One of these two is a 4. I can certainly mark. So one of these two is definitely a 4. Oh, 7's just placed in box 4. Yeah, there's 2 7s looking into box 4. So in fact, that's a 7, which makes that a 7. Which presumably will help a bit, because now that's a 7. These are a 1, 4, but that's a 1, and that's a 7. So now that's a 4. So that's a 4, and a 1, and a 4, and a 1. Let's see. This digit is a 1 and a 4. So that's a 1 and a 7 and a 4. That's a 1 and a 7 and a 4. So that's a 4 and a 1. And so now the thing that's going to finish the coloring is that this cell is the 7. Okay, so that is our 1 and that. Okay, this is a gorgeous puzzle. 8 over here, 8 here, 7 here, 1 there. Lovely little romp there through that puzzle. Excellent setting all around. Flowed very well, very clean, yeah. Alrighty, I'm going to take a quick break. And I'll be back with, I'm probably going to do a 6x6 or 2, so I'll be back in a moment. Alrighty, welcome back. Let's do a Waluigi thermo sudoku. So we've got a 6x6 here with our thermo, so digits get bigger as they go along the thermo. I do see the 6, and this box goes here. The very least. I see that this digit in this box, whatever it is, goes here. So those two are the same. Those two are the same, but that means that this one is not a 1 because it goes on here. So this is at least a 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6 being the other opportunity. This is a 2 or a 3, so this is only a 1 or a 2. Very nice. It is true that 6 in box 1 goes here, per Emma. We know that one of these is a 1, just for the record. So that tip is not a 1. In fact, actually, if you write it out now, the maximum of this is 5, 4, 3, 2. 2, 3, 4, if I write that out like that. One of these is a 6. So if I write out the minimum of this can't be a 2, so it's at least a 3 and a 4. And this is a maximum of a 5, 4, 3, which was maybe not as helpful as one might have hoped. I guess I do know the 5 is in one of these two cells, but that doesn't seem incredibly useful off the bat. I know that digit's over there somewhere. Oh, sorry, this one can be 2, right? Sorry, this one can be 2. Right. Yeah, the bulb can be 2, right? But that does actually give me a 1, 2, 3 quadruple, which I completely missed. Or sorry, 1, 2, 3 triple, which I completely missed. But chat spotted, so these are a 4, 5, 6. Which if I look at this box now, I've got a 4, 5, 6 triple in this box, which makes that a 3 and a 2 and a 1, which seems to make all of that go. So that's a 2, that's a 6, that's a 6. That's a 6. So now we've done all the 6s. Let's see. What are we doing now? These two are a 3 and a 4, which gives me a 3, 4 pair in this column, making that a 5, making that a 4 and a 5 and a 5. These are a 1 and a 2, and I know the order. These are a 1 and a 5, and I don't think I know the order. These are a 3 and a 4, and I don't know the order, but it does give me another pair because this 3, 4 looks up there, making that a 2 and a 1, giving me a 5 and a 1 back over there. Let's see. These are, well, one of these is a 1, and it's that one. Let's do it that way. So that's a 4. These are a 2, 3 in that order. So that's a 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. 3 and 5. There we go. Very nice. Snappy little 6x6 there. Great use of this whole like placement. You can place the digit geometry to sort of eat a degree of freedom off of your length 4 thermo in a 6x6. Very nice. Let's see. You can do another. Here is a Paul fly, disguised Hollander. Okay, so normal 6x6. These lines are Nabner lines. If a digit appears, then the digits can't be consecutive. And digits can't repeat on a Nabner line. And then our usual black dots. So yeah, we've got some crazy stuff like this digit. If I ask where it goes, I guess maybe I should do this with colors. This digit in this box can't repeat on its line or column. So it definitely goes with one of these. So In other words, these 4 digits are all not consecutive with red and not equal to red, which means that red has to be 1 or 6, because if you think about it like 2, for example, if red were 2, then all of these digits would have to be from 4, 5, 6. Basically, only the flank digits get out of this. So this is a 1, 6. So this is a 2, 5. And that 2, 5 actually is the digit that goes in the other one of these, right? So this 2, 5 actually has to go somewhere in this box. It's not in any of those cells or that cell. And so its only place it can possibly go is here. So in fact, that's the yellow. That's the red 1, 6. The yellow 2, 5 that is consecutive with it. And so we've got that. We know one of these is the red 1, 6. And so now when I ask where the yellow 2, 5 goes in this column, it can't go there because one of these is the red 1, 6. If I mark it like that, that tells me that that's the yellow 2, 5. And then the yellow 2, 5 is not a 5, so it's a 2. So red is a 1. Yes, this is a very nice break-in. So this is now a 4. One of these is a 1 over here. Let's see. So, yeah, so 3 is in one of these cells, I suppose, because it's not there. So 3 is up here somewhere. Yeah, these are from 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's only a handful of options for what they could be. This can be 3, 5, or 6. Can it really be 5? I don't think it can really be 5. Oh, no, it could be 5 if the 3 is over here. Okay, so DUHub is telling me this can't actually be 3. I don't think I see why. As of yet. Oh, right. Yeah. 5, 6 can't both be over here because of the geometry of where I know the 1 is corner marked. If 5, 6 were over here, they would be together on a Nabner. Right. That's very nice. Okay, so this is 5 or 6. It does not go with 5 or 6 over on this side. And so this number can't be 4, 5, or 6, or 2. So this number is only 1 or 3. Now, 1 doesn't actually work here because if you look at it, I need to put 1 and 2 in these 3 cells. One of them definitely goes in one of these 2. And if this were a 1, neither of them could be 1 or 2. So in fact, this is definitely a 3, which does place the 2 over here because the 2 can't go with a 3. And so these are 1 and then not 2, 3, 4. So these are 1 and a 5, 6. So this digit over here is a 5, 6. That's not a 3 anymore. And now we've got a 2 over here somewhere. Yeah, in row 4 now, we know that there's a 4 over here is what Screaming Ice Cube points out. And the 4 can't go with a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So the 4 has to go with a 6. Very nice. So that makes that a 5. Makes that a 3. Makes these a 1, 5 pair. Makes these a 3, 4, 6. That one's not a 3. Of course, these aren't 3, 4, so that can't be 6. So that's a 4. And now the 3 doesn't go on the black dot, so the 3 goes there, which gives me the 6 and the 3. And the 4 and the 2, just by necessity, because we've ruled out all the other possible black dots. There's now a 6 on this white dot, just because we need an even digit on it. So that sorts out the 1 and the 5. This digit's now a 3 because of the 5-6 pair in the row. Oh, and in fact, this digit's a 5, just by sudoku, if you want. So these are 1 and 6, and so this is the 1. This is the 6, if you will. I'm sure you will. So that is the 4 and the 6 over there. That's a 6. That's a 3. In this box, we need a 4 and a 5. That's the 4. That's the 5. Let's see. That's the 6 for the row over here. We need a 1 and a 5 in that order. That's a 2 for the column, 1 for the row, 4 for the box. Very nice. That was a lot of fun. I liked that one. Let's see. There's some ones. It's actually quite reminiscent of the original Nabner puzzle that I made that started with a white dot that you sort of chased around the entire grid to figure out that, like, oh, this digit had to be extreme and all of that kind of stuff. So very similar idea, but very cool to watch. Let's see. Okay. Let's do another. Let's do this small fog arrow puzzle by Mixo. So place digits, and then we've got fog, like usual. Digits along an arrow must sum to the digits in the attached circle. Multiple arrows may be attached to one circle, but apart from that, no two arrows may share a cell. So we know this goes this way. That goes that way. Let's see. Here's a link. I think. There we go. So we know that if these are the two circles, this thing sums to a minimum of 10. So these would be from 4, 5, 6, and would definitely include a 6. But it seems to me like we could just barely go over, and we could have like a 11 with a 5 and a 6. That's a good point, is I know that there's a 6 in these cells. That's the better place to look at it. So could this arrow possibly go further? I think the answer is yes. So 1, 2, 1. Yeah, this could still be like a 4, or it could keep going. Yeah, and so the question, I suppose, here is, are we putting a 4 or a 5 here? 5, 6 feels broken for sudoku reasons. Because 11's only... Oh, so you mean if the circles down here are 5, 6? Well, it could be 5, 6 down here, keep in mind, with a 1, 2, 3, 4 here and an extra 1 down here somewhere. I don't think we know that that's not happening. Now, I do know that the digit I omit here does have to be a 4, 5, or 6, because if I make this like a 3, 6, now these sum to 12, and I can't possibly make that work. That is a great question, Goku, but I don't know. You can make a 1, 5, 6 arrow, right? Uh, 2, 3, 5. The 5s would conflict. I don't quite understand this point. Oh, I see. It's because of the crisscrossing, right? So yeah, so if you put a 5 in here, it forces you to have a 5, 1, 6 arrow. And then the other arrow now sums to a minimum of 5, but it can't sum to 5 and it can't sum to 6. So this can't be 5, 6. It's got to be 4, 6. Is that our conclusion? Oh, right. Sorry. Other way. I can't put a 5 on the arrow. So this has to be 5, 6. Right. Sorry. So yeah, so this could be 4 with a 1, 2, 1, or this could grow. Yeah, and so there's an extra arrow cell somewhere, and it's a 1. Ah, that's the point. Okay. Right. There's an extra arrow cell somewhere, because if there isn't, then I've got a 4 with a problem. And the 1 there now pushes up the minimum total on this arrow, because the minimum total on this arrow is now 2, 1, 2, which is 5, which is too big. So this is only a 2 or a 3. So, I mean, the point is this isn't an arrow circle anymore because of that 1, right? And so now we know that this arrow actually keeps going after that spot. And now if you look at it, if the arrow keeps going, these are a minimum of 2, 1, 2, and so yeah, that has to be a 1 is the answer. And so we've got to do exactly that in order for this to possibly work. Making that a 6. And so now this, I guess I don't quite know where the 6 is. This is at least 3, 2, so this has to be a 5. And it has to be 3, 2. giving me the 1 and the 2. So now these are a 2, 3. One of these is surely a 1. Oh, the 1 in box 1 is placed. I agree with that. The 5, 6 in row 4, column 5. That 5, 6 goes there. I agree with that. So these are 1, 4 for sure. One in column 3. Yes, 1 in column 3 is there. Right. So yeah, if this can't be 5 because the sum is never 5 of this arrow, and it can't be 6 because of this up here. So this is the extra 1. And so now we get our previously theorized 5, 6 pair down here, that being the 5 and that being the 6, making that 2 and 3. And making that a 3 as well. So that's a 3. Let's see. These are 4 and 2 in some undisclosed order somehow. That's a 5, though. This is also 2 or 4. One of these is 4, and the other is another 5, 6. These are 4 and 6 in some still as of yet undisclosed order. Let's see. These are 3, 4, and 6. But that one is the 3 in that. These are 4 and 5, except that one sees a 5, 6 pair. So that one's a 4, that one's the 5, that one's the 2, the 6, the 4, 6 and 4, 2 and 4, 5 and 6. It's a 5, that's a 6, 4, and 3. Very cool idea there to yeah, the very cool idea here with the, this can't actually work in the sort of the way that you would guess it would work because it would break for this reason. Alrighty, though, I am going to wrap up stream there for today. Huge thank you to everyone for hanging out. Do please like the stream if you have not yet done so. And I'll be back next week. But before then, Tristan will be back on Thursday. And we do continue to post the invitation to puzzles videos. Thank you for all the comments on those. If you have any puzzles of your own that you think would be good for invitation to puzzles, please submit them. I would be more than happy to do them. And I know many of you have just some puzzles laying around from the past that would be perfectly appropriate. So feel free to kick them in. But thank you all for watching. And last but not least, thank you to the Turbines. So that would be Daniel, David, Franco, Nell, Nordy, Plonktime, Wario, and Paulfly. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.